Oh, hi there. I didn't see you. Welcome to Persia. I'm General Cowboy King Ahasuerus, the king of Persia, and I ruled from Hudu to Kush, 127 provinces. In the 3rd year of my reign, I made a big feast for all my ministers and servants and a whole host of others. It was basically a 6-month party ending with a week-long feast. Let's just say I ate so much I had to undo my top button. And I drank too much to know what the was going on.
Hey there folks. I'm Queen Vashti, and I also made a feast. It was also in the king's palace but was just for the women. On the 7th day of his food orgy, he ordered his assistants to bring me to him. That pig wanted me to put on a show for him and his friends, but I wasn't into it. I refused.
And I had her killed for it. How would I look if I couldn't even control my own home? I'm the Cowboy King.
Having me killed wasn't good enough, was it? You the jack that had my story of defiance written into the gosh darn constitution so no one else could do that to you?
Not just to me. To any man. I sent letters to all of the provinces, in their own language, and if I'm not mistaken, the exact words were, "Every man shall be master in his home, and that he speak the language of his nation."
Such a gentleman. So enlightened. But what the is that supposed to mean? Why don't you tell these fine young people how you felt when I was gone? Hello? We're waiting.
I felt without you.
I'm sorry. I don't think anyone understood you. You felt what?
Okay. I felt lonely without you. But all I had to do was find a new queen. Big deal. I called my advisors together and simply forced them to solve my problem. It's not like I pulled a Libya or anything nutty like that.
Oh wow. So you not Muammar Gaddafi? Who? That must mean you're an angel. They should change your name to General Cowboy King Angel Vairosh. Go ahead and tell them how easily I was replaced.
I could have replaced you in seconds. But I took advantage of the opportunity and had a year-long beauty pageant instead. Party. Anywho, my advisors gathered all the beautiful ladies around and brought them to Shushan for me to see.
Ahem. And who else happened to be in Shushan?
You mean Esther, the gorgeous Jewish girl who replaced you? The one everyone actually remembers.
No, I mean her uncle. The one who brought you down to Chinatown. Who had your garbage dumped. Your dude done. Your bloke choked. Your man canned. The one who hanged the hangman.
Good old Uncle Morty. So what? He took care of Haman, as you'll all learn from one of the next groups presenting this morning at the Weber School Purim Celebration 2011. By the way, I hope you're not bringing back that awful so-called comedian from last year. Are you? That guy looked like he'd slept in the dumpster and found most of his jokes there. I mean, what was with his hair? It was even more offensive than his humor. Kind of ironic for a guy like that to be making homeless jokes if you ask me.
Hey, refocus, cowboy. Yes, I was talking about Morty, who did take care of business with Haman in the end. Haman really put his neck out. Was left out on a limb. Hanging by a thread. In suspense. Tied up.
I heard Haman's favorite movie was Footloose.
His favorite iPhone game was Cut the Rope.
I once heard him singing Start Spreading the Noose.
His favorite TV show was Hanging with Mr. Cooper.
His favorite line from Field of Dreams was, "If you build it, they'll hang you on it."
He always had a thing for necklaces.
His favorite Lifehouse song was Hanging by a Moment.
His dream was to work in an airplane hangar.
His investments were all with Merrill Lynch.
Ah, those were the days.
Anyway, let's talk more about me. I had the ladies at my doorstep all the time, trying to earn my favor. They all wanted me. And they all wanted to marry into royalty.
You right, if by all you mean everyone except the one woman you actually wanted. She couldn't care less about you or about royalty.
Right. But all I had to do was force her out of hiding after 4 years of successfully avoiding me and make her stay in the palace as part of my harem. I didn't go to king's school to not enjoy the perks.
You must have missed the day they taught you about the Jews.
I think I had a dentist appointment that morning. I got to school late, and I even have the barcode scanner receipt to prove it.
He had no idea she was Jewish. Her Uncle Mordy told her to keep it a secret, and Mr. the King was totally clueless.
Look. I wasn't interested in her religion. I wasn't interested in many of her other traits either. Or anyone else's for that matter. I had to give all the ladies a chance, though, so they would each come to my place at night and leave in the morning. If you know what I mean.
Ugh. You make me want to puke.
Well, when Esther's turn came, I was stunned. I knew right away that she was the one. I loved her. And I put the crown on her head. You, Vashti, were like a bite of memory on an old floppy disk.
Yeah, you loved her so much you still had no idea who she was, or that she was Jewish. And you were so distracted you didn't even realize that a couple of your own hired goons wanted you dead.
True, but Esther figured it out and warned me, so who cares?
She used you, Jude. And she obviously wasn't paying much attention to you. Otherwise she wouldn't have known about Big Dan and Teresh, who wanted you knocked off. Dead. Niftured. Rubbed out. Worm food. At the bottom of the Hudson with cinder blocks tied to your ankles. If you catch my drift.
Okay, we get it. Still, Esther and Morty warned me, and the two Benedict Arnolds were hanged like dry salami in a Lower East Side deli. Like an inside-out duck in the window of a Chinese restaurant.
Wow. Look at the time. We were only supposed to talk about chapters 1 and 2, and it's someone else's turn now. By the way, sorry for spoiling the story for you. But you guys are in high school. You should already know that Timon gets it in the end.
They say he had a pretty bad hangnail.
I heard his favorite actor was Vincent Gallo.
I guess he got caught hanging around too long.
I think he ought to take out from PF Hangs every Monday night.
His favorite fruit was the nectarine.
He lost that last crucial game of hangman.
I guess he never really got the hang of it.
He must have gotten hung up at the office.
He was really at the end of his rope anyway.
He hung a wrong turn on his way home that night.
And he had no place to hang his hat.
He was the real linchpin of the organization.
He finally just let it all hang out.
Okay, that's enough. Happy Purim, everyone.